Okay. Oh, the stream is starting.
Hi, I'm Cinnamon Cooney, the Art Sherpa, and this is my very first live stream on YouTube. So this is their sort of live now version, which is like I can't schedule it or promote it, and I have no idea if anyone's showing up. And we thought we should test it before we start officially like running it against any other services that do that. So the idea today was a lot of people have been asking me to do an owl family. I mean, we have a lot of owls on the site, but they're like, more owls, I want an owl family. And I thought, well, what if on this live feature, what if I use this live now feature to do sometimes to do viewer directed content? Mm-hmm. I of course assumed I'd have a viewer.
It's true. We have viewers that are trickling in. So.
There's viewers. That's going to be very good for the project. So the idea being that I'm going to ask the people at home questions, and based on their answers, I'm going to do things on the canvas. It is an owl family, though, today, because I know I have done this type of painting live before, and I know people can yell out some pretty challenging things in their urge to be creative. So I've got pretty much all the colors on my paint palette today. I'll tell you what I'm painting with. I've got some Mars Blackout. I've got Titanium White. I've got Phthalo Blue, Cad Red Medium, Burnt Sienna, Cad Yellow Medium, Dogzine Purple, and Yellow Ochre. Pretty much have that, so I'm just ready for anything. Usually in my painting process I do a little research, but the theory is that like sometimes you paint a lot, so you should have some stuff in your brain pan to give out. So the first question is, for the owls, what time of day is it? Is it a beautiful soft pinky dawn? Is it going to be the middle of the day? Is it nighttime? Is it sunset? What time of day are our owls existing in?
Remember, we have a bit of a lag, so we're gonna have to check on. Everyone's coming in here right now.
So I'm sippy while they're determining time of day. So that's what everyone's supposed to be shouting out, is the time of day the owls are in. Is it a pink dusky morning? Is it the middle of the day? Is it nighttime? Is it a sunset? When be these owls in this world, this owl family?
See, I think
painting regular acrylic brushes today. All of this information I won't know at the beginning of the broadcast or anything about what we're going to end up with. In fact, we won't see it till it's all over, and then I guess I'll put it in the description and create an accurate thumb. What, John?
Why don't you show what brushes we're going to need today?
I don't know.
That's true. We don't.
I don't know until someone tells me what time of day to paint. This is an experiment. It could fail. Maybe we're not uploading it after.
I think we're going to go with dawn.
Did we get a dawn?
We haven't. I'm going to vote for dawn because I think that people are a little bashful out here right now.
I need your help, guys. Tell me what time of day. Can they hear me?
We can. I'm pretty sure we can. Kim, I see Kim Semester out there for sure.
Maybe they can't comment. Can they comment?
I don't know. Sometimes we have comment problems, so we have to refresh. So let's see if we can get some.
You could check my Facebook page, because people usually jump all over my Facebook page when they can't comment and tell me.
You know, it's true.
All right. I really want this to be viewer-directed content, if it's possible, at all. So you know what I'm gonna do?
See, Kim says it's any time is good for her.
Anytime is good for Kim.
I think what it is.
Kim.
I think it's a little shy.
Don't be shy. Tell me the time of day. I'm waiting.
You're just on a Sherpa rampage.
I am. I'm Sherpa paging.
You're Sherpa paging. I think you need to take a sippy.
Sippy. I got my beer. I have decided it's viewer directed.
Sherpa down. So no. Kim's retired and she's okay. So I think that we're gonna have to just soldier on here for a minute.
Okay. Can I would go check my phone.
Paint dusk.
Huh?
Dusk. We gotta vote dusk.
I can do dusk.
Okay.
Let's do dusk. Thank you.
All right.
nobody will know I can do this unless y'all help me out. So I've got,
Michaela
I picked up a 1-inch filbert.
1-inch filbert.
And I'm working in my Dog's-Eating purple and my phthalo blue. And we've kind of done a similar thing here in the past. So I'm going to come up at the top and I'm going to start. Normally I might do an acrylic color ground, but I didn't know what I was doing today, so I'm like, I'm just winging it.
And that's your 1/2-inch filbert?
That is a full-inch filbert.
Full-inch filbert.
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 There'll be dog barking. We did not know we were doing this today because we knew we were doing Firecat later.
But this is a
Experiment.
live test.
It's the experiment.
Experiment.
This is when you notice that your channel suddenly like loses half its art family. Because people are like, I don't dig the experiment.
It's live.
It's live.
No undo button.
So I'm working my darkest color up top is what I'm doing.
Yep.
Right? And I'm going to pull my little red over into my purple. Work that out a little bit. Get some of those tones in.
So while we're painting that in,
yeah.
Do you want to talk about the next option?
Yeah. So what we're going to decide next is are the birds on a branch or are they on the ground? Ooh.
On the ground.
I don't really have a good plan for ground, but I can do it.
You can work it out? So
I can work it all out.
So the Art Sherpa votes for branch.
No, Art Sherpa can't vote. They got to be able to be the ones voting.
Okay, you got to vote.
It's the only thing that's truly fair. So I'm taking this into the reds.
So again, we'll be looking for suggestions on whether to paint our owls on the ground or in a branch, in a tree, presumably.
And I realized I actually probably, so I can do a more agile setup, like a bigger variety of things. If I had an iPad over here where I could search the paint my photo, I could do even crazier like shout outs. Like if I can just look at it, like anything I can see, I can pretty much do. Sometimes, you know, like cars, everybody's got like an art Achilles heel and mine is cars.
Oh, I'll have to find some cars then.
Funny.
So Kim would like to see it on the ground.
On the ground. All right.
She says you always do the branch.
I always do the branch. That is absolutely true. I'm very branch oriented. And you know what else that lets me know? Kim be knowing me well.
Someone's watching.
Somebody's watching. And so I'm going to take this gradation, this gradated sky, all the way down. I'm going to add a little white into it and maybe a little yellow. Start changing these tones up here. See this? Kind of fun stuff to be doing. Not really rinsing out my brush or keeping my color particularly sacred.
So Sky just jumped in and said that Sammy saw his plaque next to your...
Ask Sky if Sammy happens to be there right now. Yeah, he saw his plaque. Oh, okay. He saw his plaque. So he is. So everybody, this is Sammy's plaque. This was some happy mail that was gifted to me. I get really good happy mail. I've got an apron coming up pretty soon that came from Happy Mail. Yeah, somebody sent the Sherpa an apron and I'm pretty excited to be wearing it.
Ooh, I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Actually, I should have just worn it today. Darn it.
Darn it.
Darn it.
The experiment. We learned one thing.
Wear viewer mail gifts on experiment day. So I'm pulling some more yellow, white, and red in there. And there's enough purple on my brush where it's sort of graying the sky. It's an interesting thing that happens. Now I'm just working this out. Just coming down here. Pull some red in there. So we've got a little dusk happening.
Yeah.
So I'm just adding a little of the CAD here. So I don't even know if this will work for a lesson, but I feel like you guys have painted enough owls with me. You can work it out.
Well, everyone's fond of the color palette so far.
Oh, good. Oh, that's very good. We're having a nice, happy color palette today.
Yeah, I think it's a good.
I'm wanting to pull the purple out of my brush a little bit because I want the graying of the yellow to stop.
Is that what you were rinsing out there?
Yeah, that's what I have pulled some clean water. I just want a slightly cleaner.
Now, is this officially part of our August art?
Okay, so here's the deal. I can only have, unless I do this like in crazy segments, one August art video a day. If it is, we just vote on that, and then I'll just label this August, and then Firecat will be a freebie, or we'll move it. We'll just work it out over the weekend, or we'll just work it out.
Yeah.
But I'm only allowed to have one August painting video a day. Search the hashtag #PaugustArt after you're done hanging out with me, directing me what to paint. Search it and see like all of the animal videos. And there's really good, like I'm gonna probably iCard every owl in the group to this one. That'll allows me 5 iCards. And when I can't iCard, I will just stick in the description.
Well, you keep psyching me out there. I keep thinking you're gonna go back out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. It's just me. I'm quick on the trigger finger.
I gotta get my sippy out of the way.
So you don't.
So thank you
Double
for
dip.
being here. Everybody, this is John. If you didn't already know, I'm sure y'all already know.
Hello.
But this is John. John is my husband, and he's in the control room, being somewhat in control.
Control room is such a, that's an idealist word for my
Other
corner.
side of the wall.
Men behind the curtain.
Man behind the curtain.
Maybe more apt.
Man behind the curtain. Just pulling it down here.
It's funny because we're picking up some of the brush.
Are we?
The doof, 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 doof.
Is it noisy?
It reminds me of Bob's show.
It does?
When he'd get on there with the brush and go. Yeah, that's exactly it. I'll be quiet so they can hear it.
He'd be like, I'm like, man, that'd be messy. Bob, love Bob
Here,
though.
I'll turn the mic up and you can do some brush.
No, it's okay. It's like
Did
brush noise is good noise, right?
It is good noise.
Like you watch that car show, and they have car noise.
They do. That's I watch a lot of car shows.
And I
Roadkill.
feel like I want a little atmosphere. Okay, do we want any kind of clouds or sky or anything happening there, or no?
Clouds and sky. Have to see what everyone thinks out there.
Huh?
We'll have to ask, what do you guys think? Do we need clouds and sky up there? So we'll have to see.
They're thinking.
They're thinking.
Viewer-directed art.
There's a delay. Now remember, we're going to be doing this on the ground. So
Yeah.
there's definitely be some ground there.
No, yeah, I'm gonna have some little ground something happening here, and I just wondering if we wanted some atmosphere or anything.
Well, we could probably definitely put some in there.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Clouds,
waiting for them. Maybe they're like, I really don't feel like painting
So
anymore.
Sarah says, yeah, she'd like some, and then Mikola said, yeah, clouds, then exclamation mark. So I mean,
All right. So
we just have
here's.
a little delay. There's definitely interest in atmosphere.
I have a dry brush here. I didn't even put any water in it. I've
Maybe
just loaded it.
Maybe could we have stars that are appearing in the top of that atmosphere?
Yeah, we could probably get some stars in too. So actually, if we're gonna do stars, I have to do before I do clouds.
Okay.
So I can do some stars.
Let's see if we can pull that off.
Let's see if we can pull it off. And here's, you're so lucky. So the trick to flicking paint and splattering paint is that it be fluid, and I just happen to have some fluid paint. Craft paint, by the way, is fluid
Do you
and
think
cheap.
There's a request by Donna. Maybe you could squeeze the moon in there too.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, just bring it on.
Yeah.
Shooting stars.
Are we doing
TARDISes.
shooting stars?
I think the moon and stars would be a really good place to go. I'd like to see that.
So we got some little stars happening up in our sky. And I think that this is chill enough where I can come in and add a little moon. Did somebody say shooting star?
No, that
Okay.
was me giving you a mild heckling.
Oh, because you know what I need is heckling. A little more.
I think that everyone agrees that you do need heckling.
I need heckling. Heckling.
A UFO is called out by Kim.
Be messing with me, Kim. So I'm going to come and just work some I've got very light pressure here, and I'm just trying to work in. I'm not looking at any clouds, which is always like a perilous territory. To not be looking at clouds and doing clouds. But basically what I'm thinking about is keeping that pressure light, realizing clouds are darker on the bottom and lighter up top, and then I just want some just light conversation about some clouds. Letting the paint be a little wet underneath and this brush being dry, working its way through. We're just talking about a little bit of stuff happening in the world. And this is the Bob Ross effect you hear happening to me. So what it is when you do clouds, you go into a walking meditative state.
You know, I found myself slipping into one just watching you.
Yeah, it's just like, these clouds are happy. I don't know where they live. They live somewhere. And I'm going to push some up here. And you push it and pull it. That's how it happens to you. That's how it happens.
All right. Now, the UFO has been seconded. So
seconded?
I almost feel like it.
Viewer directed. Okay. I'm mixing some weird stuff here because I'm trying to figure out how I want to get this guy in here.
So I'm gonna try to pull my mic up a little bit.
I'm gonna do a line across.
Part of what people are saying is that they have trouble getting a balance on my mic and your mic.
Oh, okay.
And I think part of that's that I'm bashful about talking into the microphone, and I need to get on it,
just
so to speak.
turn me up too much, babe. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if you can see putting this little weird shape in here.
No.
Got some stars.
What brush are you using there for the clouds?
For the clouds, this is an oldie but goodie. I buy them anew every once in a while until they're abused. I get these from Creative Mark Pro Strokes. They're a number 14 natural hair bristle. I try to get it shorter than longer, and then I'm just abusive to it over the course of years, and it becomes an ideal cloud brush.
So the key to having good brushes is treat them badly.
Yeah, sometimes brushes need to be abused. I guess I'm trying to think how I want to say that this is a UFO, because that's a hard thing to talk about, you know, UFOs. So I guess they're out there. It's a big universe, right?
It's just an unidentified flying object.
Well, I'm going with like the classic saucer.
Yep. That's good. Definitely.
I'm going to let that dry a little bit, because the trick is I'm going to come back with a little phthalo blue and white, and I'm going to give it some luminescence so it can be up there in the sky. All right, so we've got some owls down on the ground. Ground-bound owls. I'm going to get a 1/2 inch bright, and I'm going to make a super dark green, almost black, which is going to take my burnt sienna. I've got my cad here. I'm just trying to get this very deep green going. And if I have to add a little black to it, I will, which normally I don't like to add black to my color, but in this case I am.
So Crazy Crafter was saying that last night she painted her first watercolor in 5 years.
That is awesome.
Congratulations. And Kim ended up painting a butterfly instead of a
jellyfish?
A jellyfish.
Dude, as long as we're painting, right, guys?
Yeah, just keep on painting. Just keep on painting.
Are you gonna have a Nemo moment there? Because it sounded like you were going Nemo on me.
Going a little.
Nemo.
Yeah, a little Nemo. Dory.
Keep on swimming, just keep swimming. Dude, it's good advice though.
Yeah, just keep on painting.
It's a smart fish. So I'm kind of putting in this landscape, and it's sort of the trick of this is I'm trying to not clone. I'm trying to just create some earth shapes here. And it's going to be almost a silhouette. I might switch to a bigger brush because I'm going to be all day covering this up, and I'm going to have to dry it and then hit it with a second coat to get my effect. And this is what is happening. When I'm just painting on my own before I like do a couple of these and decide how I'm going to tell you guys about them, there's just a lot of this happening. Which is me going, I don't know. What do we do today? What do I think they want to do? And you guys, I never would have guessed in a gazillion years. I'm just laying in a coat of paint, guys. And if you're doing this at home, just lay in this coat of paint. Don't stress on it. It's not the moment to get stressy yet.
Now, folks, she's a professional. You notice that she's doing this with two hands. It's sippy sippy and painty painty. This is how you cover large portions of your canvas. So you gotta learn to multitask.
You know what? If my friend Monica were in here, she would verify that this is a very professional artist technique. She'd be like, yep, that's how it's done. I'm just convinced, though, however, the sippy sippy is going to go right. I just want some green tone in here. I'm going to deepen this up. Because the yellow was underneath, it's getting a little light on me. And I want it a little deeper than this. But that's okay. I got to dry it. I got to think about where it's going, kind of put it in. I got to give them a world they exist in. A lot of times when you're painting from fantasy or imagination like I am right now, you have to give them a world they exist in. In their world, stars and spaceships and moons are happening. I kind of like this viewer-directed. I don't know if they like it, but I like this viewer-directed painting.
I think people are hanging in with us. So I have a question for you. We were over here looking at your palette, and what kind of white paper is that you're using for your palette?
Okay, so I always tear the covers of these off, but this is by Strathmore. It's an acrylic color. It's an acrylic palette paper, and you get it in Michael's or Hobby Lobby or art store. Strathmore sells them like literally everywhere. It's just Strathmore's acrylic palette paper. Now might also say oil on it, but
that's like a wax paper kind of.
Yeah, except it's not wax paper. Wax paper does not work.
No, so wax and parchment paper is not a good substitute.
No, it feels like it should be, but no.
Yeah, so
I've just got this sort of dark little landscape in here, which I'm probably going to deepen up in a minute, but it's hair dryer time. John's going to do something with you guys so you're not disturbed by hair dryer time.
Okay, well, let me turn that down.
Ooh.
So, Crazy Crafter was saying in the comments that her canvas that she got from Walmart last night was super dry. And that does make sense because a lot of times those canvases, when they're new and they don't, depending on the kind of gesso that they use, they can really suck up a lot of paint. So sometimes Cinnamon will have to throw on an extra coat of gesso on those canvases where they really start pulling a lot of the paint in on them. And that's also why she'll do undercoatings on some of those paintings. And when she gets back from doing her hair drying out there, I'll see about asking some questions. So hopefully the sound balance here is pretty good. You guys will have to give me some direction if this is all working for you. So, but yeah, she's just drying it away. Now, we had another viewer yesterday, I believe, suggested that we have some trivia that I read during this time. So we'll I don't have any prepared now, but maybe we'll have to ask Cinnamon. Let's go back over there and ask Cinnamon, see if she has anything. So Cinnamon, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was left talking with everyone out here.
Was that fun?
It was. There was a question that came up, and I hope I answered it correctly.
I don't know.
You couldn't hear me.
I
You were
couldn't.
busy. So, Crazy Crafter had
Hi,
said
Crazy Crafter.
that she had used a canvas from Walmart last night,
Yeah.
and she felt that it was very thirsty.
Oh, yeah.
Very thirsty, if that makes sense. Sorry, sorry if I'm backing up off the mic there again. Sorry. So Crazy Crafter was saying that that her canvas was very thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggested that I've seen you in the past on canvases that seem to really suck up the paint, where you've either had to put another coat of gesso on them or an undercoat.
Into it, yeah.
Yeah, paint another really thick undercoat.
Yeah.
So
what the deal is, especially in the 16 by 20s, because of the painting parties, not that those aren't wonderful, those are wonderful, but it's created a demand, a renaissance in the art materials industry that has never existed before. And there's no standardization oversight committee at all in art to make sure that tubes of paint are good, or that it doesn't kill you, or that your canvases are even in the same package. I bought the 5 packs of canvases and had one canvas in there be great and all the rest be terrible.
yeah.
And I don't know what they're, I mean, I haven't been to the manufacturing facilities where they coat it with gesso. If you were to buy Fredericks, I've never once had a problem with a good Fredericks canvas.
Yep.
But you know what? They're not always even square. When you get out your tape measure, Fredericks are always square, but the other brands are not always even square. They just are like kind of generally 30 by 40. So if you were framing in a custom frame job, that can get real pricey.
Yep.
Making those adjustments. I'm really liking that Belgian white, John.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's a shock top there. I think you have. Yeah.
That we don't work with shock top. They don't know us. We're just saying.
Just yummy.
Yummy.
Sippy sippy. So we're going back over here to take a
Putting
look at
some blue down, and I'm kind of low on my yellow, so I'm gonna put some yellow and white back out. And I'm gonna think about this a little bit because I do want to grade out distance landscape. I don't have any zinc white out or mixing white, which is what I would kind of often do, but dude, I can't get into the tub to find that thing. And that's sad. I'm not digging in the paint tub. Paint tub is a hot mess. Maybe I'll periscope my paint tub sometime. You can see like the giant tub of paint. You know, there's these crafters. There's Audie Gustafson, if you've ever seen her, has the most beautiful craft room. Adrian Gomel, just beautiful, beautiful craft rooms. And I am not as responsible. So I'm going to gray out this back a little bit, and I'm trying to just decide where I want to place them in the scene, but how far back I want to say these structures are. And I feel like I want to say that they're pretty far back. So I'm going to keep in that color that I was doing, and then I'm going to get some white in here and a little actual gray. Yeah, I'm looking for a very grayed out green. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to push these to the distance by diminishing the vibrancy of the color. So vibrant colors will pull forward visually in your eye and make you feel like those objects are closer. So if you're landscape painting and you're trying to say something is very far away, it needs to be kind of dull and distant and a gray version of the color that you think that it might be. The brighter it is, the more it's going to pull forward to your eye, and the more your atmospheric perspective is going to feel off. And I mean, it happens to all of us. Like, a lot of times I really have to look at something and play with it to get the distances that I really want. And we're sort of playing with the silhouette idea here without doing just a full silhouette.
So
I don't know why we are, because we could just do a full silhouette and that would be just fine.
now we had some things that we should talk about for what our next decision is.
All right. So our next decision is going to be, I think I can get about 3 good owls in here. So is this a stay-at-home dad with 2 kids? Is this a mom and a couple kids? Is the mom and a dad and a baby owl? Is it a weird uncle? Tell me about this owl family that lives here.
So we've got an owl family that we're going to paint. Now there was another question that came in here about your sippy sippy, since it's sippy sippy time.
Oh, so it is.
So this is you're enjoying a Belgian
White by Shock Top.
That's
with
a
an
shock top
orange in it.
with an orange in it. 'Cause
My
that's
husband taught
typically
me
paired
this.
that way.
He taught me this.
That citrus helps bring out a little little bit of the bite and flavor, huh?
Is this my fiber for the day?
No, not fiber.
Fiber. This is my fiber.
So Todd Graham is suggesting that we have a stay-at-home father with an owl that won't stop crying.
You know what, guys? I'm going to have to go with Todd Graham because he has a YouTube channel. It's very funny if you haven't seen it. He does observational commentary, but he's moving into some photography and some photography tips. I really hope he does that. But he just had a baby. And so he's a new dad. Not second baby, not third baby, first baby. So I will definitely give him a stay-at-home dad owl with a disgruntled baby.
Disgruntled baby.
I like this. This is really funny. How are we all liking this viewer-directed thing? So you notice that I'm taking this white and I'm just graying this out in the background. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a little blue and maybe a little of my yellow ochre. Add a little cad yellow to it. And I'm going to just create some grass here. I'm going to pull it again when my little owls are in it, but right now I just want to have a texture I'm going to be seeding them in, and then I'll layer it. A painting is layering. Painting is layering. And I'm going to sketch in my owl dad in white is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sketch in my owl dad in white so you guys can see him. You can do him neater than this. And I want to leave my spaceship here because we worked real hard for it. So we're going to take him here.
And there's a crazy crafter agrees that the viewer contributed content is really fun.
Oh, cool, because it's fun for me, believe it or not. I actually find this really entertaining. Figuring out how to do these things that you guys are suggesting is very good for me artistically. Keeps me on my toes. So right now I'm just trying to determine the shape and fatness of Mr. Owl. Todd, this is not a comment. You're very thin and fit. It was just a suggestion. We're going for owl humor. Owl Todd is perfectly fit, and this owl's not a reflection of Todd. I realize I'm making this really big. And Todd's at home going, hey! So we're gonna, I think I might want to put the baby right here. It's what I'm kind of pondering the idea of, is under the wing. Under the wing or to the right of the dad over here.
I like under the wing. Under the wing?
Because you're dad, and you do
dad.
a lot of stuff with the kids. You can kind of relate to that.
Totally.
See, I'm just sketching and painting here because I'm trying to make this decision of, I want this, kind of paint experience, and I'm going to just figure out where things go, and I know that once this is dry, I can paint it out. So it's okay. I feel very confident sketching. I'm sure what we'll do is we'll ask Chuck to do a traceable of this later.
Yeah, I think under the wing is...
Under the wing is very popular?
Yeah.
All right, under the wing we go. So I'm going to just sketch in this little round little guy that I know is going to be here. And that's what I do. Like if I just did this in chalk, I'd just be sketching this in. I'm just not waiting for my paint to dry so I can chalk it in. I'm going to just sketch it in and go, I think the round shape would feel nice there. And then I feel like the wing could come here. And get a nice little dad wing there. And then we'll put another little dad wing here. And I'm going to hold this up so you can kind of see the sketching thought.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get back to the spaceship in a minute because it's dry. And I may have to add some clouds or trees or something over here because it's a little bit bare. We may have to go Bob Ross Happy Trees over here.
We'll see if we can get some suggestions on what we can put over there.
All right, suggest some things. But I don't have an iPad with me, so I have to just imagine it out.
It has to be generic, like a tree or a bush or a rocket ship.
castle. I don't know, something, but it's got to be so I can throw in. But next time if I do my iPad, then I'm pretty confident to just go for anything. And then I think gonna give him some little round eyes. Now these are gonna be a little bleary, I think. Because everyone, how do we want the eyes to be? Crazy eyes or bleary, tired eyes? Like, has the tired made him, like, insane, or is the tired,
We'll have to poll Todd and see where he's at.
Todd's probably
just like, right now...
She drew a giant owl! I'm leaving!
Oh. There's a vote for Stonehenge in the background.
I think I could maybe fake a Stonehenge.
Just you could do a monolith rock.
All right. Okay. Oh man. Let's see what we can put back here.
There's also a happy little radio tower suggestion.
And John's about to have to go pull something up for me.
So Todd says he currently has bags under his eyes the size of our state, so big as Texas. So
all right.
He's feeling that he could use some coffee time, I think.
All right, so tired, bleary eyes.
Tired, bleary eyes.
I'm going to do something here. I feel like I just need like some sort of structure, fantasy sort of. Now we've kind of got. Does anybody remember Krull?
Oh.
Does anybody remember Krull? Because I feel like this is taking a kind of Krull turn.
Yeah, we have some aliens. We have a castle. We have some a tired owl dad at dawn.
So what I've done is I made sort of a dark gray with purple. I'm coming here, and I'm going to sort of just pick some rock face up. Don't really have a palette knife today, so I gotta sort of fake that sort of little shadow. I'm gonna get my green.
Don't we have like 1,000 palette knives?
We do. Did I put them near the canvas? Because I didn't know I was gonna be doing this. And I'm gonna just create a little more of a tree line that maybe is separating this space so I can put Stonehenge somewhere here.
Oh yeah. So
this is what I'm
you're
doing.
Gonna load it all in. You're gonna bring it all in there.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a little. It's gonna be far. Stonehenge is gonna be far, man. Because I carry. Here's a little art trick. When you have to paint something and you don't remember what it looks like, do it far and far away.
So it's teeny tiny.
Yes, that is honestly what you do. All right. And I'm going to get a tiny little, I'm going to let a brush do this work for me. So I'm going to be looking for a small square brush. I would even like smaller than that. And a pen wouldn't be terrible if you had it. So what you're looking for is a brush that will do this work for you. Ah, 1/8 of an inch bright. And I'm going to first do my darkest color, and I'm going to say, and I'll hold this up close, that there's going to be like a stone way back here, and then a little stone next to it, stone. All right, so I put in these weird little circular dots, and the trick is I'm going to give them a little highlight.
That's our Stonehenge.
And that's going to be, when you don't know how to paint it, man, paint it like.
It's back there. It's there. We definitely see it.
Do you see it?
The hinge is in.
The hinge is in, and then you know what I'm going to do?
No idea.
I'm going to do a little purple shadow to ground those suckers so they stop floating.
Ah, that will help. So I'm not sure if we have a, 10,000-foot owl, or if he's just in the foreground.
He's just in the, well, you know what, man? I don't know that I'm going to pull stuff like I said. I don't have the iPad.
Maybe we go the giant owl route.
He could be. It's, you know what? There's a spaceship up there. Maybe it's an owl civilization.
Could be. Or this could be just this could be the Statue of Owl Liberty.
The Statue of Owl Liberty. And I'm going to try to pick up a little of the sky highlight on these little stones. And say that that's right here. I don't know if that will help it. Say that the light's catching them a little bit so that there's some sort of shadow.
Yeah.
See the structure back there?
Yeah.
Ah, Stonehenge did it. I can't really say nailed it.
It was a micro henge.
Micro hinge. Are we getting heckled really bad?
No, actually, everybody loves it. I'm just heckling you.
Oh, okay. Now I've just taken some of my phthalo in white. And I'm going to, without rinsing the brush, get right into this liquid white. I'm going to come up and I'm going to bug my spaceship. I'm going to make some lights coming around the center band. And maybe we'll imply that there's something happening up in this dark tower over here. All right. Things have gone wrong. I'm going to put in little kid eyes over here.
Block
and my
those
trick
in.
with that is, and see, it's got blue in it, but I don't even care. I'm going to make them big. Dad's going to be bleary. And it's going to be big. What color scheme is Dad going to be?
Oh, that's a good question.
It just occurred to me, and I'm going to sippy while you work that one out.
Well, Nadia just said the nicest thing.
What'd she say?
She said that she had just started painting and that all of your paintings, she finds all of your paintings very inspirational, and your teaching style gives her confidence so that she can tackle her own artwork.
Oh, that's awesome, Nadia. I am really glad that you're tackling your own artwork. I am. I kind of love seeing everybody's stuff, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and please share up here. Comment,
Yeah.
comment, like, subscribe. There's the gratuitous plugs. Of course,
So-
do all those things, but share your pictures
Now,
too.
I know you like to hoard the paintings, John. You're a big painting hoarding
I'm a painting
fan.
hoarder. We gotta keep all of our original paintings.
What I was gonna say, what if we did a contest?
We could work on some of those in the future. We'll see about how about doing those.
He's like, no, I'm digging these owls.
We'll work that out.
We're working. No, don't say it. Don't. You're so funny. You're like, don't say it. Don't be giving a painting away.
Not today.
Don't do it. I'm going to add a little, my clouds are kind of bugging me, so I'm going to I dried out my brush, and I'm going to just, I feel like I want a little bit here happening, and I'm just going to very lightly add a little bit over here while you guys are deciding color schemes.
So there were a couple of suggestions. Periwinkle and greenish like the Statue of Liberty.
Okay. Greenish like the Statue of Liberty.
I think that because of my joke of making the giant owls. Now, where does periwinkle fall in the color scheme?
Dude, I don't know. I'm right now working these clouds out. You Google it.
Well, I know it's a purple, but I mean,
It is.
It's like, is it?
It's a
light
softer
purple,
purple.
or-
It's a very soft purple. When this is dry, I'm going to put some fog and smoke up there. We're going to go full crawl over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Full crawl.
Oh, it's also there's I guess like the plant periwinkle.
Okay. Maybe I can do green in periwinkle in some way. Maybe.
I think purple could do nice contrast there against the
see.
green
Yeah,
background.
we could do it. Let's see what we got. Let's start getting him in, and we'll get a base going on Dad over here.
Yeah.
We need some color. So, keep shouting things out, guys, and what I can do, I'll do.
So we had another suggestion for shades of blue for the dad and red for the baby.
Oh, that's nice. I kind of like that. We're just sort of getting him in now. We'll make him fluffy later because I feel like he should be frazzled and fluffy. I did a portrait many of you have seen of my family as owls. And it is a lot of fun to paint your family as an owl, a set of owls. I've seen a lot of you do some owl trees and I really dig them. A lot of personality comes out. Now design wise, I would not normally line up Dad and that spaceship. It's bugging me now. But see, that's why a lot of times I design first and then work with you guys, because it's like, now there's the spaceship sticking right out of his head. And I can either move it if it really bugs me, like I can paint it out and move it over here, or I can just say, you know what, it just worked out that way that day and I'm okay with it.
So Todd was telling us that ginger owls have souls. You know, for all the redheads.
Ginger owls have souls.
So you have to make sure that you make them redheads.
So, okay, wow, we got a lot going on here with Mr. Owl. Everybody send Todd a lot of love. I know he's going through a lot right now, but you know, it's actually his wife who's probably really going through a lot. Because she just had a baby.
Yeah.
I'm just putting this in. I've got a 1/2-inch brush going here. And I'm just really right now just trying to get some paint on this guy and knock back the background.
Get some coverage on there.
Yeah. If you were painting student grade paints, you'd be super miserable right about now. Just because they would not be covering you, you'd be like, am I just not an artist? But you are totally an artist. Ginger. My goodness. What am I going to do there? I'm not sure yet. I'm actually not sure, John.
Well, I mean, we're apparently going to have red-headed owl.
Yeah, I guess we are, over kind of a blue and purple with some green wings. Very strange.
It's a very strange owl. They're also saying that if the sombrero UFO has to continue to journey forward, it could go visit the moon.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't need to actually paint that out and relocate it over in a different portion of the sky. Just because it is, and that's something I really want to encourage you to do. Like, even if you put something in really well and you're really, really liking it, I'm about to do it, don't be stressed about painting it out.
Yeah, you can just use your magic eraser.
Yeah, just paint
Your
the little
paintbrush.
sucker out and then just be done with it. Because why? Why be worried? If it's like somewhere that bugs you, if you like, we're doing something in a painting and it was like, wow, it was really good, and then you're like, it's less good than I thought. Because a little cloud here later, it's like the spaceship never happened. It never happened.
Poof.
You can just paint things out and paint them in, and we just don't worry about it. See, he's gone, and he's going to probably come over here.
Now,
People who are painting with me, though, right now, later, who aren't part of this, are going to be like, what was that?
well, there's actually there's some comments out here because people didn't realize that we were just going live with this.
Really?
This was unscheduled.
Yes.
We just jumped on and decided to paint some owl stuff.
Directed by viewers.
Directed by viewers. And this was this was an impromptu, unscheduled owling.
Yes, it is.
And we may have more unscheduled painting
Things.
events.
Yes. I might even be braver with what I'll paint.
Yes.
If I could just have paint my photo in my iPad so I could like look things up.
And I will work on those technical challenges.
But I think that's actually a really fun idea. I like doing those. Because I think sometimes it breaks down how you might do that in your own life. Like, how do I just figure out what I want to paint? Like, sometimes seeing me go through that.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity for people just to sort of see, how you use these skills in different ways. A lot of it in emergent ways.
So we may bring this little wing down here. The the comforting wing, the dad wing. I'd like to say that dads are important.
Well, thank you. Moms are important too.
Yeah, dads and moms are both important, and I think we, are all really aware of the importance of dads and moms. And so for the dads that are out there, or the guys who are that in somebody's life in some way, however you're that, thank you for that. Or for the moms who actually do both roles, thank you for that too.
For all
or the dads
parents
who do both roles, thank you for that. I mean, it's like when you parent children, I guess at the end of the day, what it is that's brave and that's courageous and it's amazing. I do it with 3, and I admire it when other people do it. I know I do it with you, and I know how hard it is.
That's looking really good.
You know what? It is coming together.
Despite our crazy background that's coming in, I love it.
Well, I mean, you just work it out, right? I'm gonna add a little brown to that. So we had wanted sort of a ginger baby, and the dad would be a bit ginger, but the baby's going to be all ginger. Can't really argue with the ginger thing, because whenever you've got to darken your red, you can often add a little of the phthalo blue, and it'll weirdly take you into a brick, because the cad red won't work with all reds, but the cad red is so yellow that the contrast of that start to play with you and give you a little benefit. Now the baby's coming in.
Yeah, it's all popping in there now.
Mm-hmm. Hopping in there now. We're going to give the dad a tired look. I can't believe people are hanging in with me.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of people in here hanging in with you.
So any more suggestions? What do we got going on?
Oh, everyone is just agreeing that gingers are good.
Gingers are good. Getting a little purple here.
There's some appreciation for single moms happening.
Yeah, single moms, single dads, just people who parent children, who caregive.
And
nowadays it's just, it's one of those things that it's just sort of not. I've just seen a lot of amazing people out there give back. So much bad news out there, but there's some really incredible people.
So Brent is a little brush who's joining us today.
Hi, Brent.
He's 13.
13. What does Brent have to say?
Brent has to say that he's been painting with watercolors for 3 years, and is going to try his hand at acrylics.
Oh, excellent, Brent. It's a lot of fun. It's a little different than watercolors. It's almost backwards to watercolors. So a lot of the stuff that you learned in watercolors, you have to do the opposite, because I'm going to have some sort of circles around the eyes. So I'm just laying in the foundation for that now, because you don't have to preserve the white on acrylic the way you do in watercolor, and you can paint darkest to lightest in watercolor instead of lightest to darkest. In acrylic. So it's sort of an interesting difference, I think. All right, we're going to get Mr. Belly Belly in. Say that this is happening here. We're going to blue this up, because I think we were talking blues, weren't we? For his belly?
I think we were. It was a periwinkle.
He's got some periwinkle in there. It'll be showing through. We're going to layer it up. We're layering up the paint. We want him to feel a little fluffy. That makes sense. I want him to feel a little fluffy. So what is everybody doing today besides hanging out with me and this crazy, crazy plan we've got going? So I've been mixing up the colors.
You're looking pretty good. We should take some votes on eye color, maybe?
Eye color. Yeah, give me votes on eye color.
What color eyes would they have? What else do we have coming up? We have some hair decisions to make.
Did we decide ginger or
We have ginger hair for sure.
Yeah.
What about, there's lots of styles. There's like,
No.
there's hats and accessories. We haven't even
I'm
considered
going to come over this
pocket
wall and
watch.
get you, John. I'm going to come over the wall. I'm going to get you.
So you're using an angled brush there.
I am. The angle brush for me, a lot of times, is very much like my multi-tool. You have a multi-tool. I have a multi-tool. Angle brush does a lot of jobs really well. I'm going to come in here, and I'm just pulling this back. Is
this some these the feather undercoat?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some feathers and some personality in here going. Because there's a lot that we can do. I might want to put a pattern inside the wing, I think. So I haven't decided we can get polka dots or hearts or something inside the wing decorative. And that would be really great if everybody could come up with something that they'd like to see inside the wing decoratively, a decorative pattern.
Actually, I'd like to see Todd with Elvis hair. I think that he'd do a whole thing.
Good to really want things, John.
I could see Todd doing a whole Elvis thing. That'd be funny.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can try to work it out. But you'd be messing with me really hardcore, sweetheart.
Oh no, that wasn't my suggestion. That was a viewer suggestion.
That was a viewer suggestion?
Oh yeah, no,
boy,
I'm
then
just
I might
pulling
have
the
to do
gems
it.
out.
I might have to do it. Beleaguered Elvis owl with Spaceship in the Sky, which I've got to put back.
Yeah, and there was also some votes for some lasers coming out of that spaceship attacking the castle.
Okay.
I'm not.
You know what? I'm going with it.
I don't have to make this stuff up.
You don't even have to make it up. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do the Elvis hair, but all right. We're going to do some stuff here. We're going to do some Elvis hair.
Some Elvis hair. Now, do you typically use gesso on all of your canvases?
I should. I do not typically because I can just paint over them. But the way canvases have been lately, you might want to. You may want to. The way that they have been lately.
Todd thinks that I should try an Elvis. I don't know that I could do that.
Oh, you should do the Elvis voice?
I don't think I could.
I'm trying to remember exactly the Elvis hair. Like, where's Chuck when you need him?
No kidding.
Because he's such an Elvis fan. I used to, when we used to do this, I used to see people like alternating your owls up. And here's you can do that. There's like there's no end to the amount of personality. You can put a lot of personality in your owl. And I'm going to give him a little feather coming off there. We're going to see he's got a little bit of that there, but it's missing over here. Let's pick up the white because I need a highlight up here to show the hair. Is the hair showing, babe?
Oh yeah, it's showing. It's definitely got that, that curl you could surf.
The curl you can surf, that's right. And that's what you're really trying to create, is that curl you can surf. And so sometimes it's an interesting thing when you're asking your brain, because I obviously would not be thinking about Elvis like necessarily at this moment. And, having to, I'm going to give him a little ginger in the hair.
So could you explain what gesso is typically used for?
Gesso is a surface preparation. It is, you can make it, I think Silver Creek Studios has a how to make gesso. Clive 5 Art has a how to make gesso, or you can just buy gesso. A lot of places gesso is inexpensive. And what it does is it seals the surface of your canvas. So if they didn't, most canvases, like 99.9% of them are pre-sealed, but they do such a bad job of it. And if you're on a budget, it doesn't hurt to pre-seal your canvas.
And this helps, like earlier we had a comment with one of our viewers saying that the canvas was very thirsty, or it sucked a lot of paint up.
Yeah.
This is again where you'd want to use that gesso to help seal that substrate and make it so that your paint, sticks right there to the surface.
I need something here in his little face. Just trying to figure out how to get him to pop. Because we got to get some pop going around his little face. Did we ever figure out a pattern on the wing? Did you ever see a pattern go by on the wing?
I have not seen a pattern on the wing. There's been some questions. Now, is Mod Podge a gesso?
No, it is not. It is a fabulous crafting sealant, but it will yellow in time. And it can cause a lot of difficulty in your painting, but it's okay for mixed media application techniques. It can be reactive with some art materials. It's a very good company. I think they make a bunch of specialty podges. In fine art, I would go ahead and switch to Liquitex medium and varnish for multimedia application if you were going to be having it in a variety of light.
It looks really good.
And exposure. But hey, but definitely not for sealing. It's for layering and multimedia application techniques. So I'm trying to get a lighter little layer up here. Being sort of relaxed about it. Getting the feathers up here. Apply a little bit going there. We've got his little owl off there.
So I think there was a vote for chevron patterns.
Chevron patterns. All right. I'm going to do it without tape.
You're just a free chevron.
Free chevron. To think about that for a second. Well, I'm thinking about putting in a chevron.
Now, we are going to have our broadcast tonight as well.
Yes, I will do it. I said I would do it. I'm going to do it.
All right.
If you're still up for it, babe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this was just really a test of the Cinnamon broadcast system.
Yeah, we just got this from YouTube. They just gave us this beta right here. Like literally we just went in, signed in, and it was like,
broadcast
what
live.
about live now? Yeah, and we were just like, what about that? Because I've been periscoping. Just adding a little, like, as if there's like a little glow. And then I'm going to put that spaceship in like suggested. Like was suggested. I'm just working in a more interesting moon.
Mm-hmm. So how do you know if your canvas is going to need gesso? Is that just an experience thing, or is that something you can kind of...
like just looking at it, yeah, sometimes you can touch it and feel it. It is an experience thing. Here's how it's generally going to be. If you bought a very inexpensive canvas, probably they gypped you on the gesso. And if you have, like I have professional paints, so I've got Liquitex and Golden and Matisse, and they're going to cover that up, and I can work around that. But if you were, say, painting a mid or student grade paint, gesso it, because you've already got enough going on messing with your coverage. You don't need their gessoing habits to do it to you too. And
gesso is another good way for you to recover a painting that you may not be happy with.
Yeah, that's my other favorite thing. He's seen me do that a lot because we get an art, because I'm not allowed to sell these, or we have an art hoard going.
It's my collection.
His collection. So I'm putting that line back, and I'm going to go ahead and just quick throw that spaceship back in there while I'm working out the chevron idea in my head. We're actually, believe it or not, wrapping up.
We're getting close.
We're getting close. We're not like totally there, but it's starting to pull together.
We're definitely going to need to start thinking about our Halloween paintings.
Oh, should we do a Halloween painting viewer directed?
Oh, I think we have to do one.
That would be crazy.
I think we're going to have to do like 2 or 3 Halloween paintings and start getting on those now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And also October is
October?
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I really want to do some Think Pink projects. And of course, August Art. Guys, go check it out. Go check out August Art. Even if this ends up not being a August Art video, you go check it out. Go check out the other videos. You put in that hashtag in the search bar, August Art. Hashtag August Art.
P-A-W, August Art.
G-U-S-T-A-R-T. So even if this ends up not being a August video, because we have a limit of how many we let our members in the CAC put up, go see the other stuff. And I'll probably, in my iCard, they'll feature some of the August artists that have owls.
Yeah.
Even if this ends up not being one,
It looks
I'll
like
feature them.
It looks like a lot of our viewers are out watching August videos today.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Like that's what you should be doing with your day. Watching August videos. Gonna get a 1/2 inch bright here. I think is gonna give me a fairly good line. We'll see. I don't know where my, ooh, there's my sharp one. I'm gonna get a sharp one. So bright's the thing I like to look for in bright is the sharpness of the bristle.
Why do you like that sharp bristle?
Because it gives me clean edge. And I like a clean edge. Don't want to have to work that hard at it.
All right.
So chevron, I'll chevron this side because it's probably easier to chevron this side.
So it
maybe
appears Sweden is jumping on the Halloween bandwagon.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
Well, they're just saying that it's becoming a bigger and bigger holiday over in Sweden.
Because
And
it's fun.
it's a fun one, yeah. All Hallows Eve. It's one of our favorite holidays here.
Yeah.
We often consider decorating for Halloween and just leaving it up right through Christmas.
Haven't we been talking about doing live events like on the holidays too?
We have actually. We're talking about like Thanksgiving, having a Sherpa Thanksgiving live painting party, general fun family event. We were talking about that, and maybe around Thanksgiving, or I mean not Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then maybe even New Year's. Who knows? Depends on who would want to join us.
Well, I mean, like, does that mean that we get to like? We should do the whole meal and everything like right here.
Just all live, right? Yeah, absolutely.
That would be so crazy. I'm just trying to decide how I want to do this. I guess. So sometimes like I'll be looking like how can I get my pattern to start, and then I've got to find a place that I can get my footing, and then base whatever else I'm doing off of that.
Yep.
Especially if I'm not taping it out.
I like when you have them more free-handed in.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like to tape it out.
That painterly look, I think.
Well, it is painterly today, which is again artist's fancy way of saying I intended to look like this hot mess.
Now, what time are we going to start tonight?
8 Central, right?
8 Central. That sounds about right. We should have another announcement tile going up on the YouTube page shortly after we're done with this one, announcing for that. But at night, in the evenings, we generally broadcast around 8 p.m. Central Time.
Adding some just CAD right around the eyes. And now I'm going to do something kind of weird because I know that this is a tired owl. So I'm going to... And I'll do a clean... Did we ever come up with eye color?
There was a lot of suggestion for blue and green, and even some owls that have alternate colored eyes, because some owls have different colored eyes.
This is true. Some owls do. I doubt space giant owls is, like zoologically accurate.
Well, I mean, this is our, invading alien owl species who's, a little tired from
traveling with the youngin.
Yeah.
We got to get the youngin in. So the reason I put in that dark color there is I'm going to be trying to show later how completely tired said owl is. Had some paint management issues here. I'm always like bugging you guys about mixing from the outside edge, and that's just so you can have good paint management. Now I'm going to come in and give little fluffer nutter owl here some feathers.
Some feathers in there. In
front of Dad being held. We'll figure out a little wing color in a second.
So what do you? I'd like to know what everyone else out there thinks about this. Do you guys like these the viewer created content? Would you guys show up for another one of these and see this again? Although I have to say it's very kind of everyone to say that they enjoy watching and listening to the both of us. So I appreciate that.
I like it.
We have fun. This is it's a lot of fun for us. We get to stay at home and broadcast and do funny videos.
Yeah. I don't know what is going on with us lately.
But we'll keep painting
lighter.
if you keep showing up.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pull some of this dark color right here.
So I think that they'll keep showing up. Everyone's saying yes, that they enjoy our segment.
They do.
They
They
do.
like
They
live
like this.
painting. Live painting owls today.
And
I'm grabbing some yellow ochre here.
they say specifically that they enjoy John heckling Cinnamon, and he should continue ad
I
nauseum.
don't believe. You know what? I've got to figure out a way to see the comments after we're done because I don't even
think so.
believe that anymore.
I think it's really good that you can't see the comments, so I can just interpret them.
They'll tell on you on my Facebook.
I know they do. That's the greatest part, is that afterwards they tell on me. So there's a quiet conversation between your fans trying to defend you while I get to heckle you.
Really? No, there's not. That'd be funny.
So
I've just been trying. What I'm trying to do now is just create some values and some patterning and everything on little baby owl here. And we're going to kind of darken around the eyes. And I'm going to do something kind of risky. I'm going to get some purple. And I'm going to come around these little eyes. And I'm going to give little baby owl some slightly worn out little eyes as well.
a little tired from playing with Dad.
Well, no, I think that Todd said he was like crying, right?
Well, I think that's a relative perspective. Sometimes babies cry because they're tired, worn out. Sometimes they're just playing around and
They're just playing with Dad.
they're just playing with Dad.
Because your dad was like kids a little further along the line now, but you remember when Spider was a baby. He was working you.
He was.
So his first day of kindergarten is Monday. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now, you don't airbrush, do you?
I can, I don't.
You prefer the hand brush.
Well, you know what it is it's not that I prefer, I'm going to get some just white paint and get some pattern going here. It's not that I prefer this, is that we used to have an art hoard.
We did. We had a huge art hoard.
It was a problem. I'm just doing these little dashes to show some little feathers on these wings. And it was just a thing. So I guess we'll do, maybe like a turquoise or something on the dad.
So I think that there's some suggestion that I have to come out and paint at some point.
Oh.
Which is dangerous. We'll show them what I paint, which is large pieces of inanimate steel.
Well, you know what? Because aren't you guys going to do some art stuff on your upcoming YouTube show?
We might have some of that coming, and then we're just working on this show right now.
I'm just saying.
We'll work on giant trucks later.
So I'm just defining. I'm going to put this in. I'm putting in this eye color right now that I'm saying this is going to be. I'll hold this up so you can see how this is coming in. How are we feeling about it? Is it getting funny?
I
don't know if this is like good or bad or crazy.
It's going great. Everybody out here loves it.
So a lot of what I'm able to do right now, again, is because I have those professional paints. And all that means is there's better binder in it and there's a lot of pigment. That's the difference. There's just a lot of pigment, and that is what is expensive in the paint, is the pigment. That's why paint in the same paint line will be really different costs. And I know you guys are like, why did you pick Cad Red? It's like their most expensive paint. But again, remember, you guys can get Hue. And all of the mid-grade and student paints switch it to Hue. And it's probably better for the environment. In your health. Maybe. Not really sure where I weigh in on that.
We make pretty paintings, though.
So there, now
It's
we
all
got
that
some
CAD.
green happening, the beginnings of green in the eyes.
Looking good.
And
and-
the baby can have blue eyes.
Definitely blue eyes. Now, can we get it? Can you pull into that painting so we can see those, how those brush strokes are? See how that paint is? It's not smooth and blended in there. It's mixed right there on the canvas, so you can see those colors blending. So you're adding some detail there to the UFO?
Yeah. Just so the UFO has a little detail.
Yeah. I really like the hair, the way that the hairs come in with all those colors in it. It's like Galaxy Elvis hair.
Well, Space Owl.
Space Owl.
That's where we've gone, isn't it?
We did. We went to Space Owl.
It went from paint a live directed owl family to paint a space owl family. That's where we went.
He's a bit rockabilly.
He's a rockabilly owl. And I have to say, this is an owl in all my painting of owls, and I painted a lot of owls, as you know, John.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever painted this owl.
No. This owl reminds me a lot, for some reason, of Corwin from the book series there from Chronicles of Amber.
Ah, which I
Because-
didn't read, and you did read.
Kind of all that crazy world building. There's also a great role-playing game based on that. Consequently. Played that too. It was good. I'm a big dork. Uh-oh. Someone called out.
What?
They called down a sippy sippy.
Oh, thank you. They called out I don't think I have any more sippy sippy. Oh my goodness. It's a sneaky peeky. Live. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. I guess we kind of know art's going to happen.
We're making owls here, man.
We're making owls. So see, we've got this happening. And we're pretty much, getting in there. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I might look for some places to put some interesting color. Some little decoration, like put a little dots. Like on these guys, I feel like sometimes it's the embellishments and these things that add character. And you're sure I can't do a giveaway?
Yeah, we can. Just let's work on that. We'll make a plan for it.
Plan for it. All right. In future, that I would like to do that. We give away the viewer directed. We do a random comment selection.
We just give this away.
Because it's just a lot of paintings around the house, sweetheart.
I just give away all my paintings.
I feel like we've got a lot.
I don't have a lot. I have
I feel like there's a lot.
under 60.
So I've just added some dots because I just wanted something. And here's another thing I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there's not enough difference between the head and this bottom here. So I'm going to do something to break that up. And I'm going to put out a little more yellow. Paint management. I put out a little more paint than you have to. So you guys can see it. When I actually put out paint, I put out generally about that much actually.
Did you find it? Okay.
I'm just going to add this here because I just feel like there needs to be a clear definition between the top and the bottom. hopefully not a mistake. Sometimes when I'm painting, things are a terrible mistake. Which is cool. But you just gotta look for that. You gotta be like, I think I need a difference between the top and the bottom. And I think it's getting to be, we need to put some like grass or some landscape or some stuff around. I've got this dark tree color left over from earlier. You know, and so we can make some dark, far away, happy little trees. Just in case. So
We look forward to seeing everyone again later tonight. Brett said that he's going to tune in with us this evening.
Is he going to do both? Oh my gosh. That is crazy. So I'm just I just feel like that needs to be there.
And, you know, for some of our fans, some of our viewers are saying that they have done some of your owl tutorials in the past.
So this wouldn't be that hard to do then for
Yeah.
them. I'm going to add some grayed kind of smoke up in this area. I feel like this area needs like some fog.
I don't know. I feel like now there needs to be a lake and some smoke on the water.
Okay. That lakes need to be decided on early.
Early, yeah, they're. So I'm gonna have
Lakes are
to
an early decision.
see. I need to remember that I have some vote in here because I can
No,
throw in
you
some
don't.
options.
You have 0 vote. 0.
You know, if they just need to know that they had the option to have a kraken in the lake. They didn't know that.
I'm going to add some little grass up in here now again. Right? Because what I want is some little definition, some depth, and a lot of these little blades of grass are going to be coming up over. And you're going to be like, wait, we just painted that in. But that's sometimes a nice way to get your layers in.
Yeah, to get that.
And I'm looking for just my different greens and yellows, just trying to create definition, and I might even come in and get some of my yellow ochre. So since these colors are much brighter than anything in the background, that is one of the things, and I'm doing this sort of rough back and forth, crazy little, and I've got just the yellow ochre happening here in. We're going to create some just rough grass feeling that's happening.
Now, you know, if we can't have a lake, and what about a moat? Or
No moat.
a pond?
No pond.
No pond.
We've missed our pond window.
What about a dragon?
Okay. We're going to put in some eyeballs, sweetheart. And then we're going to...
Hey, I'm not making this stuff up.
are you saying like somebody said, can we add a dragon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just assume it's always you messing with me.
No. I'm just
So
waiting
I'm
for the
gonna
good
add some
ones.
little grass bits that are coming up here.
And they were asking about a pond and a moat.
Okay.
Oh no, you're just calling me down. See,
I didn't. You know what? They can ask for anything they want. It's just you that's on restriction.
you don't know whether I'm making it up or not.
I don't.
I think that someone voted for a 1957 Chevrolet pickup truck in
I
the
know
field.
that didn't happen.
Not until I said it. See, again, they didn't know they had that option.
I mean, dragon maybe, but if there was like an outpouring for a silhouette of a dragon, I might consider it.
Okay, so outpouring is 2 or more comments?
No, I mean,
3
it's like
or
a
more?
lot of
All right,
comments.
we'll have to see.
For like a silhouette of a dragon coming. I guess it would be like here.
Yeah, see, there's already been at least a comment. I'm waiting for the second one on a 1957 Chevrolet pickup truck.
No, where dragon is.
See, there's a second comment on a pickup truck.
Oh, you are going to get. Can't do it.
All right, well,
I need
let's see
my iPad for the pickup truck.
Let's see how the dragon goes.
So how many votes for the dragon?
Well, there's a bit of a delay. I've been able to see it. So 1 already popped up. 2.
All right, it has to be a lot. I'm adding some brown here. I'm just trying to get some.
3. Another one for the truck.
Oh, truck. All
A
right.
red one though.
Trucks will be something that we shout out when we're deciding a topic, and I have access to an iPad so I can go paint my photo and find a 1957 pickup truck to paint.
3, 4 more for dragon. 5 more for dragon.
All right, I'll put a dragon in. I can out of imagination do a dragon.
And Todd says, what about a dragon driving a pickup truck?
Todd, You're not far enough away in Atlanta for me not to come get you. So I'm adding some of these little defined, and if you've done the shroomy guy, you've done these little blades of grass, so you're not that unfamiliar. How do we feel about the grass?
I like the grass.
Got some things. We'll put a dragon in, and then we're gonna do the eyes.
Okay.
Wow, it's been a while since I've done a dragon.
We got to reach back to like Dragon Slayer dragons.
You know what? It's going to be whatever dragon. So what it is you have a dragon in your psychology that you've held on to the last time you did a dragon. So now we're going to be...
I don't want Puff, the potbelly dragon.
No. It's got to be a far away dragon.
Or it could be like flying out of the castle to go get the
All right, I could do that.
It's going to go get that UFO that's about to attack the castle. It's going to go eat it.
I could probably get that. I have to decide just which way it... And then there could be lasers and fire.
I think lasers and fire is definitely a bonus.
All right, I'm going to work this out. But, dude... This,
it's just
I
paint.
can't... I'm going to be just freehanding this in, man.
You got it.
I'll show you guys, like, what I'm doing, like, every...
There are no wrong dragons.
Did somebody say that?
I said that. Am I somebody?
You are somebody.
There's a dragon head.
Dragon. Phew. Man.
You're going.
I'm gonna be. John's gonna talk to you a little bit because now
she's got to stay focused. she's got to think about it now.
Yeah, now I got to think about this a little bit.
It's funny because I can see about how far we're lagged. Where the other broadcast is going live and where people are commenting on it.
I hope there was a vote for Dragon because there's one going in now.
And they love the grass. They think it looks really good.
So I'm just going to be showing this as I put this in, because maybe it'll help somebody break down a dragon if they just had to do one.
You're just going to work that one out. Just on demand.
Just on demand dragon, which I'm telling you is a long time since I've just done a dragon.
Like high school. Like dragon on
demand. Not 20s anyways. I think I got a little dark in my art in my 20s. Remember all that like craziness I was doing?
Yeah.
It had to be meaningful, my art. It had to be life-changing.
But we've played enough D&D that there's generally a call for draw my character like this, but with a really cool dragon.
Yeah. There is a lot of that. Alright. So I've got this kind of like weird shape that you're like, where is that going to go? Dude, I don't know.
It's working it out. It's a dragon.
It's going to work itself out. You just don't even know.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm like, wing, here. If Chuck Carson is in the room, he is cracking up.
There are a lot of people saying that they're having trouble holding on to their chairs and continents. Just
because it's so funny, my dragon.
Oh, so Emily, I believe that is how we say her name, was saying that we should have done the Wish Dragon from Neverending Story.
Oh, that would have been a good dragon. Just kind of working this wing out right now. Sometimes you do that in sketch, and I'll just do that in paint, because that's how I am. I'll just paint that out. That'll be fine.
That's right, Todd remembered the name, Falcor.
Falcor. Dude, you're right. We could do trivia on our off times.
Yeah. But I remembered he's a luck dragon. Remember that.
Well, this is Falcor's less friendly, more alien fighting cousin.
The UFO eating dragon of Mount hides a lot behind owls.
I'm just trying to work it out. It's about to get real up in here.
You should sippy so you regenerate for your next one.
Oh my goodness. I think we need to have like a case of these if I'm going to be just dragging it up.
We'll go for some Hugarten next.
You go get Hogarten. I will happily imbibe your Hogarten. I would recommend, though, in general, if you're going to have to do some detail work like this, switch it over to a fluid paint. I just want to point out to you, John, I'm not even teaching this. I'm just freehanding
You're just
this in.
calling it in. I mean, we're just
right now. It's just
it's just
hopefully seeing you
fan
work
service.
this out is some way helpful to people in their painting journey.
We are just dragoning it up. Wow, it's just coming right in there. So we're gonna. Are we going to just do the silhouette here? And
I might give this dragon some highlights to give it some depth, and then get some lasers and some fire going, and then I got to do some eyes here, man. You've really waylaid me into dragon land.
You just got pulled right in. You asked for it though.
I did. Well, I was wondering what would this be like? What would people just want to see painted while they were
owls with dragons and UFOs?
See, now never in a million years, and you're in here in the studio with me, would owls with dragons just happen?
No.
Also, the thumbnail.
The thumbnail does not accurately represent what we have here at all, does it?
No. People who are wandering in, this is so the cake is a lie. I hope somebody likes this dragon.
What do you guys think of the dragon so far? Everyone's been saying they love stuff so far, but we'll ask. We'll have to ask. And this is a strange story we've got going on here. This fairy tale story of the UFO coming down with the dragon and the castle and the Stonehenge and the owls hiding in the bushes. Very tired owls.
Trying to figure out where I want to stick the second wing. I think I'll have it off in this truncated distance.
The truncated distance, yes.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be extremely out there. Because that's what you do when you're like, I don't know where I'm going to have this. Because again, not looking at birds. Normally, you guys, when I do artwork designs, there's studies.
Oh, you got some chicken legs happening on that dragon, though.
Dude, yeah, it's got some.
He's got some nice chicken feet going. I'm gonna get you.
It's claws, dude. Don't make fun of my. You know what? You ask
chicken
for
feet.
on demand, you get what you get. You don't get upset.
Well, clearly, dragons evolved from chickens.
Well, dinosaurs certainly did.
I think chickens evolved from dinosaurs.
Yeah, but they're relatives. So all I'm saying is don't use random gender switching DNA and
No, but I mean, like, if you want something scary, go out there and look at Google dinosaur chicken. There's some.
Yeah, that is pretty freaky. I've seen that. It's just very freaky.
My vote is that if we're gonna have killer dinosaurs in the next 100 years, they're coming from chickens.
Dude. And now we've got like the crazy part of it.
I just went off on a weird tangent there. Oh, there's the fire. That's been requested.
And I'm like really winging this. Because again, not researching fire.
See, Emily, clearly the dinosaur came first.
Is Emily correcting you?
She was asking what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Dinosaur.
The dinosaur came first.
Hopefully that feels a little bit like some space fire that's happening.
That's some crazy space fire that's happening.
Not real sure how I'm going to get the lasers in now. Where's this thing going to be shooting lasers?
I think that...
I don't know.
I think
we're making it up now.
I think that if I were in that UFO, I'd be booking it. I'd be like, oops, wrong answer. But you never know. And we'll have to do a studio tour at some point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Trying to give him a little highlight just to say that he's not just a silhouette.
Yeah, when you're done with that, pull that up so we can see closer to that, because that highlight really looks good. And you can talk about that. That's a way that you can take a real easy silhouette and add a lot of depth.
Yeah, it really is. Little highlight. Little highlight goes a long way.
Yep.
How is it? What does anyone think? How's it going?
They're loving it. This is for whatever reason.
Anybody
The
wants
fantasy
to
story
paint
of the
this?
of the dragon and owl family defending their planet from the UFO invasion. These guys got it. They got it covered. It's heart party, folks.
That's what you do.
Fan.
It's what you do, right?
A community-driven content.
Community-driven content. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit so I can think about the laser. I'm gonna put in some eyes and maybe some other
I
layers.
think some eyes and that.
There's some craziness going on right now.
Yep.
Also thinking about some grass. It's just, oh my goodness, it's just bananas.
It's getting so close to our evening broadcasts. We may
I know. I'm like gonna eat dinner.
That's right. Yeah, we got to do kids and dinner and all that other stuff. So we may just I think we may have to do the eyes, and then wrap this one up for today.
What time is it?
It's 4:00 local.
Okay, well we got 4 hours. Oh, you think I get tired? I don't get tired. This owl gets tired. This owl gets very, very tired. This owl gets very, very, very tired.
And today your sippy has just been the shock top with the orange in it.
Yeah, that's all I've had.
Are we going to do that again tonight? Is that what I'm going to run out for?
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
it's
nice.
8 Central is the time that we'll be broadcasting tonight.
I did think this would be shorter than it has been.
But we got drawn into this whole dragon's tale.
I wouldn't, you know what, unless you guys were here saying, I want a dragon castle and this stuff.
Oh no, they're loving this. We have a lot of fantasy fans out there that are saying that this is the kind of peaceful artwork that they want to hang on their wall.
Yeah.
And I'm with you, which is why I won't let her give it away.
I just feel like we should. I feel like we should, but that's all right.
You know, maybe we'll do a big event where we do all that.
Yeah, we'll do a big one where we do a giveaway, or the one at the end is given away. I'm getting some purple here. I don't know. Hopefully, I guess this is going to be one that like people who paint a little more with me would be doing. You know, if they're painting with me all the time, they would be doing it.
So,
are we still okay? Yeah, we're okay. We're okay in time. I mean, we can get this sucker done.
yeah. Let me go back over here.
Totally get the sucker done. I'm just kind of trying to create some shading here to pop these eyes. I'm taking this light color here and I'm working it into my darker color to actually, believe it or not, that helps the tired look.
Oh, sorry about that. We had I had a little technical glitch here where we weren't switching back and forth between the views there. Sorry about that. So just trying to take care of
got some just black while John's working on his technical issues.
sorry about that.
Heckle me now, right?
Oh yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'll get back around to it. There we go.
This is the strangest owl painting I have ever done. You're going to end up... you love this one, don't you?
Oh, I do. I think they're great.
This is how it's looking so far.
Oh, look at the eyes.
Thumbnail in no way indicator of the finished painting.
Oh, so I'm being accused of falling asleep back here. Actually, what it is that I had some technical difficulties that came up, and I had to make sure that
we're just lucky this YouTube stuff works.
Yeah. But you know, I could be guilty of falling asleep back here.
It happens.
You know, that there's a request maybe next time we could do the Baba Yaga story.
You know what I'm thinking I'd like to do on viewer direct, I'd like to have a day where we do viewer directed day.
Yeah.
We have the iPad up.
Oh, yes.
Right? And people, like, you get in here, you get in early, the viewers decide what we're painting today.
Yeah, and we
That's
just
kind of exciting to me, and
go
I
with
try to teach it as I can. This one's a little harder because I don't have something to look at, so I've got to be a little more online mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this idea, and I think sometimes that lets, people see, like, how the imagination process works. Sometimes that can seem a little intimidating. So is Dad starting to look a little tired?
I think he's looking a little tired.
Good deal. All right, Dad, you're super tired.
So Trisha was saying this is the first time watching a live painting, and she's very excited about that.
Really?
Yeah.
So John knows this, and if you've been with me a long time, you might not know this. Back in my fine art days, I was at a gallery that was in the mall, and they did actually really, really well. But one of the things that you had to do when you hung there was paint in the mall.
Oh yeah, paint live.
Paint live, and Ginger used to have to do that too. Ginger Cook Live.
Yeah, that's your mom. Your mom is Ginger Cook, and she has a show, Ginger Cook Live.
She's got a Pogastart chicken going on right now. It's Rooster.
Right. And she teaches classes online as well. You can check her out.
And she does some live broadcasts.
And she's doing the Ginger Cook Live.
Hers are not up on YouTube forever when she does live. She has some full lessons live, but her live is up. You got to see it, and then it's gone.
Yep.
And you got to be in her class to see it. So I'm doing kind of a black outline. On these eyes here.
You know what would not be bad is how to paint the rooster from Good Mythical Morning.
I would love to do that. How to paint the rooster. But see, that's what the live event is for. Because somebody would be like, Good Mythical Morning Rooster. And I'd be like, oh.
We'll do it tomorrow. Good
No,
Mythical Morning
John. Shh.
Okay, fine. I'll let them request it. I mean, like, the only reason why I said rooster is because then there's been, like, 2 requests for roosters already. They were
I
saying
think people like painting roosters for some reason.
they were saying they like your mom's rooster painting. So you're liking that little the little one's eyes are wide open. They're not sleeping at all.
It's not awake. It's just that baby's
sleeping.
waked up.
Waked up.
That's what we used to say with our kids. That baby's waked up. Get that baby to sleep, man. Spider was the worst, wasn't he?
Oh, he was a challenge.
He was a challenge. He's the easiest kid right now, but when he was a baby, did not want to sleep. We would take turns driving around the neighborhood in the car.
Now, could you talk just a minute about the CACs? They were asking.
Yes.
Let's
The CAC is the Creative Arts Collaboration. It is, right now we're at 300 and something artists that are artists, crafters, any art, visual art media on YouTube.
Yep.
We have a group, we get together, we talk about what's happening to us, we give each other ideas, we share advice, we do collaborations, which is where hashtag Love Some Art came from and hashtag August Art comes from. We work together, we get together. If you have a YouTube channel, art YouTube channel, you gotta have art YouTube videos. It's for that. You just come by the Facebook page and join it, and they'll send you a message. You check your other folder, and unless you're already friends with us, and then it'll be in your regular folder.
Now, the hashtag isn't the only way that you can participate with the group, though. The forums and being involved there to learn, the different ways of help improving your channel and other things are also part of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people. So we have people that do the hashtag, but we have people that are not as active on the hashtag, but they help out in other ways. We have basically the mission of the group is peer-to-peer communication, mentoring opportunities, and greater exposure for one's art and craft on YouTube.
So good way for channels of all size to find other channels that are interested in collaborating in the arts.
Yeah. And just talking to each other, because
And learning.
it's a crazy thing we do here.
Yeah, we share a lot of best practices about channel growth and management and things like that.
Just adding some highlights in those green eyes so I
Those are
couldn't
looking
help
great.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add a little bit going on in here. We need some slightly bigger, and we need some tonality in the eyes. I should have tonality in them. You should have
No,
personality. And
what do you mean
tonality.
by tonality?
So what I mean by tonality is that there should be different values and hues and shades of gray, tones.
Can you bring that canvas up closer so we
I'm
can see
going
that?
to.
Yeah.
Bring it up really close so you can kind of see.
I call that painterly a lot. That's where you have different
Well, painterly
hues
is that I
and-
put it on messy. Tonality is the fact that this
yeah.
is darker and this is lighter. And
But your brush might have two distinct colors on it as you're painting.
yes, that's just like a thing I do. I'm gonna put my reflections on the eyes, and then I'm gonna try to figure out some sort of laser scenario.
A thrush, do I see?
So a lot of times now I'm going to just figure it out here today, but in general, if I were trying to figure out how I was going to do the lasers, is I would research and look at a lot of other artists that work in that genre. I would see how they've addressed that issue, and I would learn from that. But I'm going to just assume there's a couple lasers working here, and we're going to say that they're similar to the lights on there. I'm going to do a real dry brush. I have a ruler!
Congratulations. You have a straight edge.
The straight edge. That will really help. So I'm going to just use my straight edge to say that there's some
laser blasts.
There's some laser
Oh,
blasts
that definitely got some laser blast action.
going on there.
Kapew, kapew. We've got some really nice mellow background music rolling.
All right.
no.
Dudes.
I think it looks really good. I'm
There you
liking
go.
it.
Okay, so Stonehenge
We did it.
hired Al Dad with Elvis hair, baby, dragon, castle, stars in the sky, at dusk, moon, clouds, spaceship with lasers. Is that what we had?
I think we got it covered. And Dad's like, yeah, I seen it all.
Yeah, Dad isn't even distressed that this battle is happening there. All right. I think we did it.
Is that it?
I'm going to see you guys at the easel tonight for Fire Cat.
Like in no time.
One of these will be August art, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. You guys can decide. Thank you for coming, and thank you for contributing, and thank you for the shout outs. If you like this, let us know. Comment after. Tell us more viewer directed art. I'll get an iPad over here, and we'll just be like, you just shout out you're crazy, and sometimes it'll work, and sometimes it probably won't, but it will probably always be some art fun, and there's not enough of that in the world.
All right, guys. Well,
I'll get this thumbnail corrected.
we'll get the thumbnail corrected. We'll see everyone tonight at 8 o'clock. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Leave some comments for us so that YouTube knows that you were here and you liked what you saw and that you're going to come back and see it again. Because without your support, we would just be here talking to
No one.
intertubes.
Intertubes, just no one.
Just intertubes. And we much prefer talking to you over the intertubes.
I want to see you guys at the easel really soon, which is tonight 8 o'clock. But after this, then it won't matter after this is up because it's forever. So we're going to put this up. I like this enough. I'll put it up. I'll own it. I'll put it up.
Good night, everybody.
Night.